So what's your plan to spend, at least when it comes to physical cash, just 100,000 naira in a week, 20,000 naira a day? That's how much you can access from the 9th of January from ATMs and POS, and then over the counter withdrawal also. Then if you're a corporate, you get 500,000 naira. How will you cope with that? Well, one of those concerned with this will certainly feel the pinch of it, positively or negatively. The Association of Mobile Money and Bank Agents in Nigeria. We have their president here, Mr. Victor Olojo, joining us here. Hi, Mr. Olojo, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. So, are you happy about this announcement?
We're very disturbed and happy. We're happy and disturbed, but I mean, mixed feelings.
That doesn't relate.
Yes, it doesn't really, because we understand the objectives of the CBN. I mean, they're trying to see how the economy can be fixed, but the jobs of 1.4 million mobile money agents is at risk right now, because what it means is that all we have right now will be a 20,000 naira deposit or withdrawal that we are allowed to take from the bank. Right, so we cannot use that to sustain our business. What that means is that all we have as mobile money agents in rural areas where there are no banks, where there are no ATM, right? So an agent cannot serve the public with only 20. An average agent serves about a minimum of 20 customers a day. And let's just say with this peg that the CBN has released, an average agent would need about 400,000. So what we're actually appealing is that the CBN should give a somewhat recognition for agents through our principles, where we can have access to cash and serve Nigerians in areas where there are no banks and ATM machines.
So your challenge here now as a mobile money agent is how you will access cash to serve your customers.
Absolutely.
It's not about the customers withdrawing more than 20,000 a day.
Yes, so the reality is that the objectives of the CBN is something we're happy to align with. I mean, over the past decade, mobile money and bank agents have been working consistently with CBN through the banks and the operators, the PSB, the super agent, and all the other fintechs as licensed by the CBN. Now, the point is, we need to drive more wallet transaction, but Nigeria as an economy is still more cash dominant. And that's why we are very thankful. I'd like to use this opportunity to appreciate the Senate. I mean, they are the conscience of the country, custodian of the country right now. What do I mean? I mean, it was raised in the Senate. We are happy because if this policy should continue, I tell you that Nigerians would suffer. There are many locations.
Okay,
why? So the picture is simple. Nigeria as a country is still very cash dominant, right? Now, the technology that the CBN is encouraging all of us to go into is still not perfect. We still have issues of fake alerts, failed debits. Sometimes you make transfers and it reverses. Sometimes the POS you have in the filling stations, the pharmacy, the shops are not going. Sometimes you are debited twice. And sometimes in trying to retrieve your money, it takes weeks, months, and in some cases, you lose these monies, right? So the point we're trying to say is that whilst we are pursuing the cashless agenda, cash still remains dominant. Mobile money agents in Nigeria are committed to educating and sensitizing Nigeria on the other channels, electronic channels for us to drive the cashless economy agenda.
But some people would say you're just saying this because it's going to affect your business negatively.
Well, the reality is we serve Nigerians. We serve Nigerians. I mean, we've made life easy for Nigerians over the decade. Many Nigerians can't remember the last time they walked into the banking hall. Now, what this is saying is that if all we can access is 20,000, it means the ATMs will become very crowded, the banks will become very crowded. And it will become really, really difficult for Nigerians to go by their daily, livelihood and all of that.
Okay, so because everybody's going cashless, I mean, other economies, there's technology. What would you think? And some people have said, if we just sit down and wait, then the world will just be passing us by while we're still doing the cash economy. What would you think would be an ideal situation?
Okay, well, in all sincerity, like you said, we appreciate the effort of the CBN. But the reality is that the common trader in the market today does not know what e-naira is as I speak. Don't know what mobile transfer is, or okay, we have rural markets where farmers bring their produce to sell. In some cases, you don't even have any POS terminal there. What we have is cash to hand. And what we are saying is the mobile money and bank agents, over 1.4 million, we are ready to work with Nigerians to train these rural people, to help them understand and embrace these technologies. And gradually, adoption takes time. So we are willing to cover up this gap. And I mean, the progress we've made last year alone, in terms of volume of transaction value, we did over 6 trillion, which has contributed to the GDP of the country. This year, by September, we had already exceeded what was done last year. That lets you know what mobile money agents across the country are doing for the economy. So we are appealing. It's not about a selfish sentiment, but about Nigerians in general.
Don't you think that continuing in this direction will actually slow down? Maybe this will accelerate, the cashless economy.
Absolutely. I mean, we agree. But the point we are making is that the channels we are going into is not perfect yet. Many small businesses still don't trust the system. If you go to markets today, we have businesses who will insist on paying cash because of the past experiences they've had. They've had people swindle them. So it takes time for us to let them know that this thing works, but these are the other options you can try.
All right, Mr. Lojo, Victor Lojo, President of Association of Mobile Money and Bank Agents in Nigeria. We'll stay on this conversation, we promise you, as the media, because our duty here is to get everybody, everybody's perspective, and hopefully the CBN is listening and we'll work according to it. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah.